You are watching another edition of the O Show podcast. It's episode 504. We are presented by Mayweather Boxing and Fitness in Scottsdale, Arizona. Mayweather Boxing and Fitness is an inclusive, high-intensity fitness experience developed by the champ, Floyd Money Mayweather himself, formulated with the perfect combination of boxing, strength, and cardio conditioning intervals designed to make you look good, feel good, and leave you with more than just a great sweat. Head on down to Mayweather Boxing and Fitness here in the heart of the Valley of the Sun, Arizona. We're also presented by betonline.ag. Sign up for that 50% bonus now using that promo code on your screens. Ladies and gentlemen, capital BLEAV 50 for that 50% bonus. We're also presented by Eat Clean Phoenix, Arizona's #1 meal prep delivery service out there. Tuesday through Sunday, you can order by going to eatcleanphoenix.com or calling the number on your screen, 602-573-7643. Want to give a special shout out to State 48 as well, sponsor of the O Show podcast. Head on over to state48.com for all your latest apparel needs here in the state of Arizona. State 48, we got probably the quickest turnaround in guests that we've had ever for the second time in 7 weeks? Formally Sam Harmonix. He's now Sam Pounds. He's got a lot going on. Just signed a new record label. He's got a big show with Nelly this weekend. How are you, man? Out in via satellite in Hollywood, the heart of Hollywood, California.
Yes, man. It's absolutely spectacular right now. Just got out of rehearsal. We was able to give you like a sneak peek of everything going on. And, I'm just so excited, man. Like, it's so organic right now because I'm literally just holding my phone, communicate with you as I'm behind the scenes, just getting everything done and getting everything ready for the show this weekend.
Dude, and the song comes out on Mother's Day this year. I cannot wait. We got 2 more months till this comes out. It's got that, I want to say like ex-ambassadors type vibe to it. Aaron Jones, or what's his name? Aaron Jones, if you know who that is, up and coming rock singer as well. Like it's got that rock feel to it, man. I love it.
Man, I'm so excited, man, to finally just be able to bring my true sound, man. I ain't got to dumb it down. I can just be, just rock and soul.
Dude, I wanted to bring the rock vibes to the podcast today. I literally had a black hat just like yours. I'm like, he's buying all of these hats, and I left it at my friend's house last night, and all I had was my white bill from the rodeo. So this is what I'm going with. It does not look as cool as your hat, but I think I'm rocking it with the beard now.
Man, I'm a hat guy. So I'm just gonna have all sorts of hats every day, and so you have to wear a hat when I see you on Sunday.
I'm wearing this. I'm wearing this or my black one. Let's
go.
I'll give it to you when you go on.
Let's go,
dude. We got a lot to discuss. So no more Harmonix or Sam Pounds now? How'd that come about?
We are Sam Pounds now because see if I can stop tilting this thing. How about that? There we go. It's Sam Pounds now because we wanted to. I came all the way to California because my production performance was so elite and just ready, and so I adopted that persona as a whole from behind the scenes and in front. But when it came back to doing the music that represents me, it was like, oh my God, this is like really just Sam Pounds. This is no extra. It's nothing less. It's all literally just me. And the label was like, what is your real name again? I was like, Sam Pounds. They're like, now that's a rock star. The person that you were born to be was a rock star, and that should be your name. And I was like, okay, fine. I have no problem at using my birth name. And I'm the second. My father was named Sam Pounds. He's deceased now. He passed away when I was 3. And I think it's a way to honor him because now his name is in lights as well.
Dude, SP2's got a good ring to it, man. Rolls off the tongue. When you
Yeah.
were here in studio in January, my buddy Hank, as soon as you and Jack left, he was like, "Harmonix can't be a real last name." Like, you never asked him. Like, I'm like, I don't know if it is. That's awesome, but I guess we didn't ask. Now we know.
Yeah.
Sam Pounds, dude.
Sam
That's awesome.
Pounds.
How you finally got back to square one with that. And again, you got the show tomorrow. It's Sam Pounds and Alonzo St. Patty's Day special out there in California, right?
Yes, man. We are going to get it. We wanted to. It's a lot of jazz events out here in LA, and we wanted an opportunity for the rockers, the pop stars, the performers, the entertainers. We wanted a stage for them because everybody can't do jazz. I'm fortunate enough where I grew up in gospel music and jazz music and all genres, and so I can flip flop in between. Those things and entertaining LA audiences. But when it comes to artistry, when it comes to big sound, that's where I'm home. And so why not have a residency here in Hollywood, representing that whole entire thing, and also provide an opportunity for my fellow friends and artists.
Man, I mean, just hearing you guys before we came on, like, you're surrounded by a good group of guys. You already have it down, even though it's not coming out for another 2 months.
Yeah.
You got the shows this weekend. Everybody wants to be the best. You're surrounding yourself with the right people, producing stuff with Jamie all the time. Like, there's just so much good that you're surrounded by. And you honestly have one of the best attitudes I've ever seen out of anybody that I've ever met, too.
Oh, man. Look, man, we got to keep it positive. That's the only way we can positively grow.
Yes, sir.
Positive vibes, man. We have to, being positive got to be the number one priority, because if you don't have that positive energy, it can change the whole trajectory of your career, of your life, of your day. And when some negative things happen to you, you can already be negative because you won't be able to combat the negativity. You will sink in it. So if you start your day positive and some bad things happen, and you still fight to be positive, it takes effort. And so I'm just going to make sure I always take the effort. I'm not perfect, but I do get down sometimes, but I fight my way out of it. I have a toolkit that I fight my way out of certain things. And, here we are today. It's working. It's working.
I mean, you use it in certain things. You use it in your music. If you go to the gym, you could take it out there.
Yeah.
What do you think's the angriest you've ever been?
The angriest I've ever been. Let's see. Angriest I've ever been.
Because you're just so damn happy all the time. There's got to be at least one or two things.
The angriest I've ever been, it probably would be, I produce a lot of artists. And sometimes the new artists don't really understand what it takes to be an artist. And we do all of this music, do all of these music videos, but that artist still has the ability to quit. I recently worked with an artist, and we were almost 2 years strong. Before I started working with them, I said, in order for me to work with you, in order to use the tracks that you pay me to produce for the production fee, if you want to own the master, you have to stick with artistry for 2 years. 2 years straight, no quitting. Because even if you pay me to produce you and pay for the studio time, it still takes a master and a mix in order to send it out and then distribute it. And so, I want to see a product successful if I'm going to give you a discounted rate to bring it to the studio.
Mm.
They quit right before it was 2 years. They deleted everything. And I was so angry because right when we're at the finish line, he gave up. And now I'm on tour, I'm doing festivals. I don't have time to coach. You can't come back. It's too late now. That was the opportunity. So some people miss their opportunity by doubting or not being sure. But when you choose artistry, you have to choose it for the long haul. It's not a it's not a get money quick scheme. You have to work hard. You have to put the time in. You have to sacrifice. And but in the long haul, it's rewarding. But if you can't stick it out, there's no way you can be successful just doing music for a year.
No.
You have to put in at least 2 hard years. If you're talented, you got to put 2 hard, consistent years, no breaks. And then you would have built your momentum to be able to, sustain and make your artistry valuable enough for people to want to buy into.
Man, I mean, that's a lot of work to be put into that and for it to all just kind of go up in flames.
Yeah, it just went all in flames. And so, it happens. But, also as a producer, me being a producer, the artistry gives me a cushion because you're not really dependent on. Let me see. Close.
Oh, I thought we had it, Sam. I thought we had it.
Okay, we're back. You don't have to depend on like sometimes the instability of a independent artist or the words and the decision making of a major artist, right? You can take control of your career by artistry itself, and that's what I did. And Sam Pounds is the artist from Wakanda.
I love it, dude. I love the jewelry too. What did Fox think of the name change? Because again, like we kind of talked about it when you were in here. Being partnered with him in Alone, like the fact that he has enough faith and respect, he sees a lot in you, a lot of potential, just says a lot. But he doesn't waste his time. Like if you're something, he'll work with you. If you're not, he's not going to waste his time. Which goes to show your positivity, your work ethic, your talent overall has paid off. So what was that like a big deal for him or no?
He's kind of like, I mean, he liked my real name better. A lot of people, I was getting DMs. I was like, when I made the name change, made the announcement, and I had family members messaging me about time you changed your name back. I was waiting for you to change it. We like your name better anyway. I was like, how can I tell y'all waiting until now to tell me that? All right, y'all could have told me that a while ago, but now since we're here, I am glad to be representing that name. The name to stand on greatness and be remembered forever. Sam Harmonix will always be an unforgettable era. My company is still Sam Harmonix that I produce under. So Sam Harmonix, Sam means Sam aligning minds harmonically. So Sam Pounds is still Sam aligning minds harmonically. Sam Pounds is still Sam Harmonix, but just the Sam Harmonix before the production and all that stuff. I was just a singer. I was the musician. I was the country boy. The harmonics is the city boy. The city stuff, the production, the keyboards and the Sims and the Sonics. So when I'm on stage, you'll be seeing more so Sam Pounds than Sam Harmonix for sure. So
I was going to ask, like, what the hell does this mean for the Harmonix factory? Because again, that's been built up.
Yeah, everything's still flowing. Just had to make sure branding was perfect and go with the stronger name. But we still have all the companies and all that. The Harmonix factory is still a factory. We're still churning. Sam Harmonix is still producing. And it's going to be great to separate when I'm producing and when I'm doing artistry. So we're gonna rock that. You don't have to really promote Harmonix anymore. That's going to promote itself because all it's done. Now it's time to put the artistry in the forefront and rock out.
So where did Harmonix come from? Great last name, by the way. But
Harmonix came from. I used to do a lot of harmonies in stacks when I was in college. Just a bunch of stacks like harmonies all over the place. And if my phone dies, I'm gonna move back over to the Verizon. But a lot of harmonies, and then they started calling me Harmonix first, and because I used to harmonize all the time and just create so many different blends and backgrounds and blankets of harmonies with my voice. Then we just adopted Sam Harmonix later on. It just organically became that, and then we came up with an acronym for this guy named Brian Kidd. He's an amazing engineer. And he was in my class. We were in the same class together at Barton College. And, it just stuck with me. It was an era where I really started taking all of this stuff seriously. And put this right here. Oh, that's cool. And so, can you hear me pretty good?
You sound great.
Awesome. And so it was, me playing keys and stuff. They added to the Harmonix factory as well. Everything is a part of the harmonics. This is a harmony. You need harmony to make a song, and so that name really just stuck with me. And then it also incorporated the production and just everything incorporated harmony. So,
Jeez.
Yeah, that's like the history behind that name.
I'm going to ask you to do a favor for me right now. Robin has never heard you, our audio producer, sing. You sang a little bit before, but the audio was kind of rough. Okay. Blast out some James Brown for us right now. Prince, whoever you want.
Oh, let's see. What key is a man's world? Is it a D? C, D? Let's see something. Let's see. Made the car, travel down the road, and then made the train to carry the heavy load. Oh, and then made the electric light to keep us out of the dark. And made the book for the water, like no one made the art.
What'd you think?
Dude, you are like speaking to my soul, and I had the hair standing up with goosebumps all up and down my arms and legs. You just totally blew me away. Oof, what a voice. Wow. Thanks for throwing him in the hot seat, Jack.
I had to. I'm
My
like,
pleasure,
I got it.
man.
I'm like, I'm having this musician on the show today. He's unbelievable. Like, look out. 10 years down the line, everybody's going to know him. Like, we knew him first.
Oh, we're already going to know him today. Not 10 years down. He's going to be even bigger 10 years from now.
Oh, my God. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. It's an honor. And, LA, my grandma, I told you about my grandma. Since I was 3, she'll put me on the spot. So you just get used to the hot seat now.
Oh, man, dude, like every Sunday, you're just like, all right, friends are coming over.
Sunday,
go perform.
Every Sunday it was showtime.
So how was last weekend at the festival, getting to play in front of 20,000 people for the first time in what probably felt like forever?
Yeah, like it was absolutely amazing, breathtaking, inspiring, encouraging, uplifting. It was all of those things because, just being in contact and seeing all that sea of people after seeing the walls of my house for 2 years, it's like, yo,
right.
Let's go. Like, I love this. We're back. We're breathing. I didn't have to wear a mask while I was performing. No one had a mask on. Like, it was regular life. I'm tired of masks. Yep. I'm sick. I need oxygen. I have to breathe in order to sing. Like, it's just, it's life. I'm a country boy, all this other stuff. I'm not afraid of nature. You know what I'm saying? I just love being back regular again, back breathing again, back sweating again, back hugging again, connecting. And it meant so much to me because when you deprive an artist from connecting, it's really tough. Suicide went up during COVID. Luckily, my parents, we really dove in mental health and mental health care, understanding what it really means to have high self-esteem and how you develop that. What is high self-esteem? What is the science behind high self-esteem?
Yeah.
What is the science? How does it work? How can we make sure we can take care of ourselves and think highly of ourselves so we can treat ourselves better and love on ourselves? So when things like a COVID-19 happen, we already have the tools to sustain it and it won't crumble, So my family taught me that. I've been really blessed and lucky to come up with just that grounding family. And yeah, that's, but back to that stage, oh my gosh. I honestly, I feel like my voice changed before COVID and after COVID. I sing, I feel like I have more soul. And my mom told me it's probably because you've been through something unthinkable. And that's just your body and your soul reacting and screaming out and singing a different song, because now I am not the same person as I was before COVID and after COVID. I am different, which also hints to the name, new team, new sound, new name, Sam Pounds. And I'm back to, found my foundation. So I think it was a transition and all this good stuff. And now we see the finished product of a fully transitioned person, human being, and evolution, and so, yeah.
Dude, you got all your stuff together, man. Like all your thoughts, like you're able to process everything and then come back and say something like that. Like that was the perfect answer to that question.
Man, thanks so much, man.
Dude, you got it together. You got the show this weekend with Nelly. You got tomorrow with Alonzo, St. Patrick's Day. You got a gig on Friday. I'm going to throw a few names at you because they're like juggling in my head. I'm like, I've been listening to a lot of your tracks the last several months when we met back in January. And I'm like, there's a few names I'd like to see just in my own head with my own interests that I'd love to hear you collab with, even if they never happen, just like names. And I'm curious if you're ever interested in collabing with some of these names. First one would be a different mix, but Darius Rucker.
Oh, yes. I actually worked with him on a song, on unreleased song. So that's already in the works. Hopefully I can use those vocals.
Dude, you got to send me that one. I want to listen to that.
Yes, most definitely.
You and him are my all-time favorite musician interviews on this show.
Oh, wow. And, he's a legend. He paved the way for people like me, so he's great. That's a legend. We give honor to that guy.
He is unbelievable, man. Everything that he's been able to do in both rock, pop, country now, it's unbelievable. Here's another one, just for the riff, especially on the last song that you're coming out with in 2 months, Slash.
Oh, most definitely. All those are going to happen. And, like, for instance, like the Smashing Pumpkins, I did a record for them for their tribute album. And I may be touring with them. So we'll see.
Really?
We're label mates now.
That's interesting. Billy Corgan, I think, is one of the more brilliant guys out there.
Yeah, most definitely.
Dude, he's got the Smashing Pumpkins. He owns NWA Professional Wrestling, too. He's got a lot of different interests. That one would be interesting.
Yes.
Trying to think. Those were like my two. I'm like, off the top of my head would be good. Have you ever heard of Bear Reinhardt, the band Need to Breathe?
I haven't.
You got to check out his vocals, man. He's like a high-pitched Eddie Vedder.
Oh, nice. Got to check that out.
You know who I think you'd pair with great on a record? Unfortunately, it'll never happen. Chris Cornell.
Oh, yes, man. Like, there's so many legends that passed away that I wish I could have grabbed them before they passed away.
Dude, even you and Chester Bennington.
I know.
Could have a screaming match.
A screaming battle, and man, it's all the guys that I grew up listening to that was doing that stuff, even from Little Richard to James, all the rock legends that adopted, because it all came from soul music in a way, and the way they adapted it and it evolved into this other thing, this rock and roll. I was like, yes, that was for me. I say thank you to all the legends and all the rock gods for paving the way so that I have an opportunity to express myself and share with the world.
Oh man, I mean that was the foundation for a lot of even Billie Eilish says like Nirvana was my inspiration. Like, where's Nirvana come from?
Yeah, like it's so many.
Trying to think who else. I mentioned Aaron Jones, or I don't know how to pronounce his first name, but he's literally a very similar vocal style to you. He's been very impressive. Just came out with a new record or late last year in 2021. Here's an interesting one I'll throw at you.
You gotta send me a playlist, man. So
I'll send you his entire album once we get off. But like,
to reach out and make this stuff happen. These are great plays. These are great features on albums, man.
Dude, could you imagine just like one just collab album? I'm like, I put all of this together. These are like all of my dream Sam Pounds, Darius Rucker, Iron Jones. Here's one that's just off the top of my head because I've seen him perform many, many times. It's an odd one. Taylor Hawkins from the Foo Fighters, the drummer, he's got great vocals. He's got his own cover band, Taylor Hawkins and the Coattail Riders. I think that would be something that would be worth testing out.
Most definitely. I can probably follow him on Instagram right now, and we can make that happen.
Please, Sam. These are all. I'm writing all these down. I'm sending them to you later.
These are plays. These are plays for sure.
So what's the set list look like on Saturday? Again, it's going to be the second festival in 2 weeks back here in Arizona. How long are you going on for?
So I'll be on for like 30, 45 minutes. It's a shorter set, which is perfect. And we're going to run right through these songs. So the first song is called South Real Quick. Going South Real Quick. It's a nice, like just intro song to what I'm all about.
Yeah.
Second song is called Next Level. It's a rock up tempo song. It's so huge. And then Amen, the song called Amen. It's pretty much telling my story. Grew up in the South in church and reflecting on looking in the mirror and always self-evaluating and putting yourself on a pedestal. But on a healthy pedestal. We should always have standards. That's what 08 is about. And then Don't Forget. It's the next song. It's called Don't Forget. The full title is Don't Forget Where You Came From, because you just can't do it, man. That's what Sam Pounds is about, is giving honor to where I came from and how I came up. And that's what that song is about. I Can Tell. The whole title for I Can Tell is called I Can Tell You've Been Drinking. I used to have this ex of mine, and when she would text me, I knew which texts were the drunken texts for sure. And I always would tell her, I can tell you've been drinking. I can tell you've been drinking. That story is really about her. And then let me see, I Can Tell. Then we move into Guy Friend. Guy Friend is actually one of the bonus ones that I keep in my back pocket. Guy Friend is one of my exes had a guy friend that was he was too much of a good friend, best friend, and it made me a little uncomfortable. That's when we talk about the insecurities of a man when a girl has a best friend, guy friend. Like what y'all really talking about? What's going on? Y'all too close. Don't touch a thigh. But and then the last one is the single. She Get It From Her Mama. And my mom is going to be in the music video. My sister, who I'm with, they're going to be in the video. Snoop's daughter, Chalk, and his wife are going to be in the music video. Johnny, one of my other managers here in LA, his wife and his daughter, she used to dance for Prince and be on tour with Prince. Rest in peace. Yeah. And her daughter dances and is an entertainer too. So they're going to be in the video. I'm going to feature some stuff and get some TikTokers to jump on board, and we're going to make a whole thing of it. And we're going to be celebrating all the strong, beautiful women that's been a part of my life. Hence, that's why I sing The Man's World all the time, because my grandmother made me learn that song, and all of my grandfathers were deceased because of war before I was born. And so I knew it was a man's world, but I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the powerful women in my life. But yeah, my grandmother, she let me know, like, yes, I had amazing grandfathers, but my grandmothers, from the cooking to raising 7, 8 kids, to making money for the whole entire household, and like what? Like looking at all they did is just, and at the time too, even through Jim Crow and stuff like that, like even in the South, what? And we complain now? No. No one should complain. We should just get our butts up and work hard and stay positive, because the positivity, you had to work off positive energy back then, right? It was a little different. And my grandmother is just happy. She's not scarred by the times. She's encouraged in the times where her testimony, and she made it. And you know what? She wouldn't be the woman that I knew today if it wasn't for any circumstances that she had. Someone asked me if I could go back in time, would I change anything? I'm like, no, no, because now I love where I'm at. I love where I'm at. It was the journey. This is perfect.
Dude, the fact that you're like so like technically sound, like with your thoughts and like memories back in the day, and like you remember stuff, I feel like it's yesterday, and you're able to implement that into your sound, into your voice, into the music that you're putting out there. Like even with the band, like they're all in tune with what's going on too, which isn't an easy feat at all, and you're able to make that all work.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about the experience of life, and your past helps you dictate you. Sorry about that. That was my sister calling me.
The women in your life, as you were saying.
Speaking of that, and so it's like I chose the band based upon what I feel, and what I feel is the foundation of my past. And so if a bass player had that familiar sound, as Earl back in Bahama, North Carolina, Durham, North Carolina, outside the county line, if he could do that, give that to me, that's what we wanted. If the guitar player could give me that soul and that rock at the same time, just like Sean Carrington from back home, that's what I went for. So everybody had sounds that I could identify, and even though my bass player is from Japan, he has the sound of my older cousin who passed away that used to play bass at the church.
Wow.
It's so crazy how music is so universal, and it's not given to just one ethnicity. Say the word for me.
Ethnicity.
There we go. And it's not given to just one. It's shared with all, and that's what music is about. And so I have the most diverse band ever. You got the soulful black drummer. I have my rock star guitarist, white dude I call him Thor. You've seen some of these guys. I'm gonna post a video with all of them, introducing them. Then you have RJ Root, who's Latina mix, and then my cousin Jamal, he plays keys, and he helped MD some of the show. Him and Dev, my drummer, helped MD the show, and together is this universal blend of rock soul music.
Well, I can't wait to see you guys perform, man. Like it's going to be a blast this weekend when you're out here in Phoenix. Where can the people find you on social media to wrap this up as we're closing down to the wire here? And where can we see you perform the next 3 nights?
The next 3 nights, I'm going to be at Sabotage here in Hollywood on Thursday night. On Friday night, I'm going to be playing with my brother Jeffrey East, either on drums or keys, right before the Beach Boys down in Arizona for the Ostrich Festival. And then I'm the next day on Saturday opening for Warren G and Nelly. And so, those are the next shows, and you can all add me. I'm gonna be changing my name to I Am Sam Pounds.
Oh wow!
I didn't want to go for just Sam Pounds. I gotta saying I Am Sam Pounds. It speaks a lot to the era that we're in now. So soon, right now it's Sam Harmonix, but soon once Instagram approves it, because I'm a verified account, so they have to approve everything.
You're a big deal. We know.
So I had to reach out to Facebook, who, of course, owns Instagram, and they're working on that right now. So it'll be I Am Sam Pounds. But until then, you can just type in Sam Pounds on Instagram, Sam Harmonix on everything else. Everything is getting redone. So you'll be able to keep up with me most on TikTok and Instagram. So.
Well, it is the return of Sam Pounds. You heard it here first. He's performing tomorrow night with Alonzo, St. Patrick's Day. He's in Phoenix, Arizona, Friday and Saturday. Literally one of my favorite interviews ever, man. You got 2 down in the last 2 months. They're already up there in the top 5. But this was episode 504 of the podcast. Again, presented by Mayweather Boxing and Fitness, guys. Head on over to Scottsdale to sign up for your membership now. Quick shout out to State 48 as well. Head on over to state48.com. Zach, you know what to do, man. Hang them up.